And welcome back to Lucas Oil Speedway. One final race left here on the opening night, Memorial Day weekend. Show Me 100 coming up on Saturday, but the Cowboy Classic already held tonight. Ricky Thornton Jr. picking up the dub, and the Powri late models hit the field. 21 cars made their way in, all behind the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. Take you through our starting grid, and Johnny Fenewald won his heat race. The three-time champ here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks out of Appleton City, Missouri, will be on the pole with Justin Wells, the defending champ, and a three-time winner already this year outside of him. J.C. Morton starts inside row 2. Tommy Cordray, a five-time track champion out of Browning, Missouri, will start in fourth. Andy Bryant and Joe Walkenhorst back in row 3. Tyler Kuykendall, who's had a podium finish every race here at Lucas Oil Speedway, will start inside row 4, and Tucker Cox on his outside. The two-time champion Cole Henson starts inside row 5. Jimmy Dow out of Boonville, Missouri in the 88 to start in 10th. Bobby Ruff and Cody Nivens back in row number 6, and it's Larry Jones and Chad Walter. Darren Phillips will start inside row 8 with Chris Kitch on his outside. Richard Kimberling, Kyle Bates back in row 9. Then Big Al Westling, he's got some work to do. The Fulton, Missouri native sits number 1 in the national point standings. Had a really bad finish in his heat. He starts 19th with Kyle Graves on his outside, and Jim Greenway is set to roll off in 28th starting grid. Now, some cars did not make their way back out. A couple of them towards the end of the field, Kyle Graves being one of those that had the engine expire. So he will not make the call. Welcome in Doug Neff. Used to call all the races with me last year. Kind of a light night tonight, so he is going to jump on the mic and have a hand at this as well. Ready for the Powri late models. Started with 21, down to 20. They'll run 20 laps to claim the big check tonight as the green is in the air. Mike Striegel waves it, and Justin Wells is off and running. Starting outside row 1, gets the run on the high side, and he is leaving everybody in the dust on this opening lap.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin Wells is dominant here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He's had a number of wins, but the man behind him, Johnny Fenewald, as we have a spin over in turn number 4.
Saw Bobby Ruff take the detour to the left side through the grass inside the big white tractor tire, and then it looked as though he was going to be able to get it straightened out. He did not save it, and he parks it on the apron over in turn number 4. Did not get a full lap in, and this one's going to be up close and personal. Over in turn number 4 to our camera guy on the inside is Bobby Ruff inside the big white tire. Look out! Our cameraman's safe. That's the good thing. Bobby Ruff, as you see it, coming right at you. And this is the shame of it. I thought he had it saved, but we've had so much rain here over this last week. We've seen all sorts of the Hobby Time Motorsport safety trucks getting into the infield and leaving tracks where they go in. It's just a very, very wet surface. And Bobby Ruff looks as though he's gotten pushed back into the infield, and going to see where he heads, if he's going to go to the position that he had, or if he's going to head back to the pit area. We did not get one lap in. So with that, they will, well, did they say we got a lap in?
Yeah.
I didn't think we did. May have come out a little late. That's okay.
Well, he is going to take tail back, so he's going to back into the field, Shane. So it looked like they got him pushed out of that grass onto the concrete, so he had an opportunity to get going. And so he will join us in the back of the pack. They're coming back around. It is evidently one lap in. Going to be Justin Wells, the 98 from Aurora, up front in that Delaware restart. But he's got some heavy competition behind him, Johnny Fenewald. And they stack him up.
Yeah, we have a 5-wide start.
Not a start.
No.
Yellow comes out.
Yeah, he came out quickly. Justin Wells, I'm not sure if he knew it was go time. He did not get to speed. Everybody else was trying to time out that restart. Darren Phillips in the 21P. He got hit pretty hard. You see some damage on the left, and this will be entertaining. Need to have that Benny Hill music in the back of this.
Looks like Tommy Gordon got into the back.
5 and 6 wide. Yep. That wasn't supposed to happen.
No.
You saw out of the peripheral, Mike Striegel was not happy with that at all.
Looked like an accordion restart.
Yep.
Wellspring around one over in turn number 2.
Tyler Kuykendall parks it on the apron over in turn 4. Hobby Time Motorsport safety crew will look under the hood there, and we see a line of moisture over in turns 1 into 2, right in the middle of the track. Not sure whose car that would have come off of. Big Al Westling stopped over on turn 2. He's going to get some help as well. Don't see any moisture at the back end there, so he may be okay.
Don't see any moisture underneath the 8K of Kuykendall. I do, yeah. There's a puddle that came up underneath underneath Kuykendall's car. Believe that's where it came from.
And a little bit of oil spill there from Kuykendall. That's where that liquid came from.
You know, Shane, that's a shame because he's had some great runs here as he runs on a regular basis. He has had some awesome runs.
A couple of third-place finishes, his 2 outings here. Not bad for a micro-sprint guy, but that's a 3-win driver right there in Justin Wells. They're letting him know one more time around he's going to get the green. Let's see if he tries to slow roll this restart as well. And we'll see if everybody back in row 2 has learned from what happened last time. Now, Justin Wells sees the restart zone, rolls through it. He's off and running. Much better start this time, but he picks up right where he left off, just jetting past the rest of the field. 5, 6, 7 car lengths as they're side by side for second. J.C. Morton to the outside, and the hammer, Cole Henson, will get looped around. He gets it fired back up. We stay green. Hobby Time Motorsports safety crew was headed to him, but now Cole Henson is slowed on the top side. There's another car in Kyle Bates that cuts through the infield, and now the Midwest Sheet Metal caution will come out for the Hermitage Lumber Powri late models.
Cars were dropping everywhere, and you're right, going along there. And Henson, I think, started it up in turn number 3 and then kind of had to check up on that 74 car of Bates.
Yeah, whenever he got spun around in turn 3, he got it righted, and I thought he was going to stay under power, but ends up stopping over in turn 4. Another look at what happened to Cole Henson on this restart again. See him in the middle with Walkenhorst to the outside, and that's where the tap came from. Not sure if Cole thought he was clear high. I don't think he would have thought that. Another look, this is from the turn 2 angle.
Yeah, it looked like Walkenhorst came down a little bit and got into him.
Tough to tell from those 2 angles. Sure, there's 2 different vantage points depending on which wheel you're behind. Heard the guys talking about the upcoming schedule for Flow Racing. Part of what they talked about was the High Limit Racing Series that's going to be here at Lucas Oil Speedway. First time they will be here on June 28th and 29th. But the rest of the upcoming schedule, Kubota High Limit Racing is in action at Grandview, Lawrenceburg, Butler, and Davenport and I-70. That's end of May, 1st of June. Castrol Flow Racing Night in America on May 29th and June 5th. The Cars Tour on June 1st. So lots coming up on Flow Racing. And we've got a lot of action coming up here at Lucas Oil Speedway on our final event of the evening on night 1 of Show Me 100 weekend. Does anybody have anything for Justin Wells? And I will tell you, in the first couple of laps, the quick answer to that's going to be no.
Well, in the heat race, it was the 72 of J.C. Morton and Wells, who had a great battle. J.C. won it out of turn number 4 in that heat race. But tonight on the main, it doesn't look like he's got a whole lot for him.
And here's the thing I'll say about the track right now is we've had a lot of action, including a slider right there as Andy Bryant across the nose of J.C. Morton. And those 2 guys are familiar with one another. They both run in a B mod. They have battled it out here at Lucas Oil Speedway and on the national scene. You are looking at 2 past champions here at Lucas Oil Speedway in the national ranks, and contact made between the 2 cars as they shoot down the front stretch.
Yeah, I'm not for sure who got into who, but at that point, it looked like the 49 came down a little bit. Don't know if he was just going, but he looks to the inside now as he goes underneath the 72 of J.C. Morton. Morton says no, shuts the door this time, holds on to that third spot.
And Morton will be out in front of Andy Bryant pretty easily now. This track has held up so good. It was extremely racy for the Lucas Oil late models whenever they ran 45 laps, and it has not been eaten up at all. Before the race got started, I looked at the track, and I'm like, they put way too much water. And it took a little while to get it ironed in and packed down as Justin Wells, lap traffic in front, gets to the inside of Kitch, keeps his nose clean. A lot of that goes to the work that was done prior to the season whenever they peeled up all of the old clay, brought in 450 loads of brand new clay, 450 dump truck load full that Carroll Excavating brought in. They packed it 8 inches deep, all brand new clay, and it has held up extremely well. As Andy Bryant now looking to the outside of Tucker Cox, Larry Jones is off track as he has exited.
Yeah, Jones heading off and into the pits. His night is over. Of course, got 2 more nights coming up after this.
Cross flags in the air, so we are starting to wind down. 10 laps remain, and it has been all Justin Wells. He has almost a straightaway advantage over Johnny Finnewald.
Yeah, the flash with that car. Now, he has finally come back to late models. He was racing stock cars for quite some time because he was waiting for parts and everything to put the late model together. Got the late model together. Now he is back, and he said he's got something for Justin Wells. Let's see here tonight.
Well, I don't know if he's going to have it tonight, at least through the first 11 laps now, as the battle continues to wage on. This is a battle for 5th. Tucker Cox to the inside. Andy Bryant still continues to rim right around the top side, which is the line that he uses when he runs his B-Mod, and J.C. Morton has issues.
Wow.
He's going to lose 2 spots as he jumped the cushion over in 3 and 4. He got up into the loose stuff, could not get any grip at all. He gives way to Tucker Cox, and he'll give way to Andy Bryant.
As they come around again, it is Justin Wells with a dominant lead over that 21 of Johnny Finnewald. And back to the one, that Jeff City kid, that is Tucker Cox. Cox coming back to that. Just a few laps left to go, and to get out of the wayside coming this time for the 74.
Cars going a lap down. We've already seen a couple fall off the pace, and one more will go a lap down. That's the 23 of Chad Walter. Kitch will go multiple laps down as Wells slides up in front of him. This is probably the second oldest chassis out there running in this Powri division for the Hermitage Lumber late models. 108 wins for Justin Wells in this TNT chassis. About the only car that can compete with him as far as age goes is that rocket chassis of J.C. Morton that was built back in 2013. As the car spins up on the top side of 3, and after going a lap down, Chad Walter will loop it around.
Walter gets into the wall up in turn number 3. Brings out the Midwest Sheet Metal caution.
Chad Walter, a past champion at Randolph County. That was in 2010. Ran MLRA for a little while with 10 career victories. This is his first season running at Powri. He's got Moose written on his car, and I asked him, I'm like, okay, is Moose your nickname or is it the car's nickname? He said neither. Moose is my chocolate lab. Gotta love it.
Well, Moose is a little loose right now.
See that right front wheel all cocked out to the right side, so.
He's going to have a little work to do tonight. Hopefully get it back in for tomorrow night's show.
Yeah, I don't know. He might not work on it tonight. He may wait till tomorrow. Again, we are expecting a few more cars to show up, hopefully by Saturday, whenever that is the normal night that we run here at the Lucas Oil Speedway. Yeah, left tires pointed to the left, right tires pointed to the right. That's an issue. As there are a handful of cars that we would normally see here running in our weekly division.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you're anywhere near Lucas Oil Speedway, you need to come and see the Show Me 100. It is a tremendous show, that Saturday night show. But Friday night and Saturday night leading up to it. So come and join us if you have the opportunity. Of course, Memorial Day weekend right here. And what a way to celebrate it with the Show Me 100.
Yeah, always do something a little special for Show Me 100 weekend. This is the biggest event that we have here all year long. Now, last year we did have the SRX come in for their season finale, claimed a champion on that night. Really kind of hated to see that division go away. Had a feeling they were going to come back here to Lucas Oil Speedway again for a second year. Just didn't happen as that series collapsed. But as you see Bobby Ruff getting worked on over in Turn 2, this has been for quite some time one of the biggest events we have here. We'll have a concert on Saturday. Creed Fisher is here.
Yep.
He did a little special a couple of days ago on one of the local TV channels. Talked to a couple folks that got to meet him, said he's a great guy. He's going to put on about 30, 45-minute performance, something like that, prior to the activities. All sorts of other recognitions will occur on Saturday as well before we dish out a really big paycheck that's got 4 zeros at the end. Gotta love those checks.
And not only that, but it will be introductions of each and every driver that's performing in that A feature event, the 100-lap feature, for the late models. And they sign a helmet, and you can, and they're going to give that to some fan. One of the fans is going to win that helmet with the. If you come to Lucas Oil Speedway, get one of these programs, and you got a number in there. If your number's drawn, you get that helmet.
Justin Wells through turns 3 and 4, ready to go at it again, as he had built up a monstrous lead. With 4 laps to go, Johnny Finewald going to hang with him on this next lap. That's something we haven't seen yet. And now Finewald back at it again to the low side. Now middle of the track, and Justin Wells, after lap 1 of the restart, able to extend his lead. And you saw a little bit of fight, some spunk, some gusto from Johnny Finewald on that restart, trying to hang on the back bumper of Justin Wells. But now with 2 laps to go, winding down and running out of time for anybody to have an answer to Justin Wells at all.
Yeah, Striegel with that 2 to go sign as they come around. Wells just takes off and goes. Finewald in that second spot as he comes around. Third, it is Tucker Cox. Coming around this time, white flag will fly for Justin Wells, the Aurora, Missouri native. 1 more to go.
1 more time around for Justin Wells. High, wide, and handsome off of turn 2. Same thing in 3 and 4. He'll go error-free. He will win for the 4th time in 4 shows. He is perfect, batting 1,000 at Lucas Oil Speedway. Justin Wells over Johnny Finewald, Tucker Cox, Andy Bryan, and Tommy Cordray working his way up with J.C. Morton in a battle in 5th and 6th. But Justin Wells continues to show his dominance. He won 10 times last year at Lucas Oil Speedway, on his way to a championship when nobody could come anywhere near touching him. He won 2 times the year before that. Oh, and on top of that, Justin Wells won in a postseason race here at Lucas Oil Speedway. That came during one of the special shows whenever he came in and claimed his 11th total victory. All wins came here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. He was an IMCA national champion in 03 and 04, and he may be on his way to a Powri national championship. Sits 5th in the points right now, and that's because he just hasn't ran as many races as what Al Westling has ran, who's competed in 6 events. He has won once.